LGBTQI plus Pride Month. The month is a time for remembering those who paved the way for the LGBTQA community and who continue to do so. It's a time for education and breaking down barriers, too. Look back at the changes and see what more work still needs to be done. The Stonewall Riots were sparked by the police raid of the Stonewall Inn in New York City on June 28, 1969. The bar had a reputation for being friendly to the LGBT community, but in the 1960s in New York, certain behavior was considered inappropriate and even illegal. Once the raid began, it soon led to a riot that raged for 6 days. While the riots weren't an organizing force for the civil rights movement, it was a rallying point. This was the beginning of the gay rights movement. Where we are today. Only half of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people feel able to be open about their sexual orientation or gender identity to everyone in their family. Almost 1 in 5 LGBT people have experienced homelessness at some point in their lives. This is caused by parents throwing their own children out of their home because of who they are. More than a third of LGBT staff have hidden that they are LGBT at work for fear of discrimination. Almost 1 in 5 LGBT staff have been the target of negative comments or conduct from work colleagues because they're LGBT. 1 in 8 trans people have been physically attacked by customers or colleagues in the last year. Almost half of LGBT disabled students have been the target of negative comments or conduct from other students. One in 5 LGBT people have experienced a hate crime or incident because of their sexual orientation and or gender identity in the last 12 months. The number of LGBT people who have experienced a hate crime or incident in the last year because of their sexual orientation has risen by 78% since 2013. One in 10 LGBT people have experienced anti-LGBT abuse online directed towards them personally in the last month. This increases to 1 in 4 for trans people directly experiencing transphobic abuse online in the last month. Famous LGBTQ people in history. Alexander the Great was king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedonia and a bisexual military genius who through the years had many partners and mistresses. His most controversial relationship was with a young Persian eunuch who Alexander kissed publicly at a festival of athletics and arts. Mathematician Alan Turing played a pivotal role in cracking intercepted coded messages that enabled the Allies to defeat the Nazis in many crucial moments and in so doing helped win World War II. In 1952, Turing was convicted of having a relationship with 19-year-old Arnold Murray. At the time, it was illegal to engage in gay sex, and Turing underwent chemical castration. He took his own life at the age of 41 after using cyanide to poison an apple. Turing was eventually pardoned in 2013, which led to new legislation pardoning all gay men under historical gross indecency laws. He was named the greatest person of the 20th century following a public vote in the BBC last year. Marsha P Johnson was a gay liberation activist and an African American transgender woman. Known as an outspoken advocate for gay rights, Marsha was one of the prominent figures in the Stonewall Uprising in 1969. She co-founded the gay and transvestite advocacy organization STAR, Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, alongside close friend Sylvia Rivera. Jackie Shane was an American soul and rhythm and blues singer who was most prominent in the local music scene of Toronto in the 1960s. Considered to be a pioneer transgender performer, she was contributor to the Toronto sound and is best known for the single Any Other Way. She soon became a lead vocalist for the Motley Crue and relocated to Toronto with them in late 1961 before having a successful musical career of her own. Leslie Chiang was a Hong Kong singer and actor. He is considered one of the founding fathers of Cantopop for achieving huge success both in film and music. Chiang debuted in 1977 and rose to prominence as a teen heartthrob and pop icon of Hong Kong in the 1980s, receiving numerous musical awards. He is the first foreign artist to hold 16 concerts in Japan, a record that has yet to be broken, and also a record holder as the best-selling C-pop artist in Korea. Rock Hudson was an American actor generally known for his turns as a leading man during the 1950s and 1960s and was viewed as a prominent heartthrob of the Hollywood Golden Age. Although Hudson was discreet about his privacy throughout his life, the fact that he was gay was reportedly known in the film industry. In 1955, Confidential magazine threatened to publish an expose about Hudson's secret homosexuality. Barbara Giddings was a prominent American LGBT plus activist and was involved in promoting positive literature about homosexuality in libraries. She was part of the movement to get the American Psychiatric Association to drop homosexuality as a mental illness in 1972. She met her lifelong partner Kay Tobin in 1961 and were together for 46 years.